And we are starting.
He- Hello, everybody, and welcome to this 12 FPS. Name is Skipping Buddies. My name is Mala Sorte. I'm gonna be playing today my very dear character. See, I told you couldn't let me do the intro. I'm gonna be playing. Um, I'm gonna be playing Victoria Guerra Ventura, and I'm accompanied today by Nico. Hi, Nico. Who you
Hello,
will be playing today?
I'm Nicho and I will be playing Changeling Serena.
That was I was trying to say before, and It didn't came out right. I was trying to say. I was thinking of saying my character Victoria is a Gorgon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Well, I think she is a Gorgon. For those who doesn't know, she tried on her first game. She tried to skip class, and she got a lesson about following the rules of the school. However, she hasn't learned that least lesson. So I will say that next time she has the opportunity to do so, and she gets bored enough, she will just decide to skip class. There is other things that she could be doing right now, um, so she doesn't feel bad. As long as she doesn't get caught again, she is fine. And lo and behold, Lisa is not in this one for whatever reason.
Yep,
So she comes into class, has a look around, and she immediately leaves before she gets noticed by the teacher.
and I'm going to assume that Serena notices. Um,
Oh, absolutely.
hmm? Yeah,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She would notice.
and yeah, Serena's going to immediately notice, and they will. First, they're going to cast a spell.
Oh, wow, starting strong.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to cast Pass Without Trace, which
That is.
that is a second level spell, and that gives the the caster and their allies an extra +10 to stealth. And then Serena is going to immediately sneak after Vicky.
Pass Without Trace is one of my favorite spells.
I was going to say, what
It
is
has.
Vicky's passive? Like, should I roll stealth or no?
I don't think that. I'm gonna be honest, like, with Pass Without Trace, I don't think, like, Vicky is immediately looking, but just for the fancies, because I love that spell, we should roll. Though, her passive is. Oh, not too high. Her passive is 12. Do you want to roll for it, anyways?
Sure, let's see how much I get over. That is a 11 plus 15 for a total of 26.
Well, you could get close enough to her to kind of like pop one of her hair snakes, and she wouldn't notice.
Yeah, I imagine that's what Serena's done. Just straight up snuck up fully behind her and like scratching one of the snakes under the head. Another one like um you know feed a little bit of jerky to another.
I think, like, I mean, because it's Pass Without Trace, but she does kind of feel like something is happening, so she turns around and almost like an NPC, it's kind of like, huh, must have been the wind. She just keeps walking down the hallway. Um, Her first stop is gonna be, oh, by the way, her hair snakes are like really happy, so that's putting her in like a better mood. Her first stop today is gonna be the bathroom. She's got to powder her non-existent nose.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
she just goes in, gets out her makeup bag, and gets out a pack of cigarettes and lights one because that's what bad kids in high school do.
Yep.
College, sorry, college, high school.
Yep. Serena is just gonna watch for a few moments, or just casually, oh, can I have one?
How close to Victoria is Serena right now?
I like to imagine Serena's sitting at the sink right next to her.
Victoria gets started and throws the cigarette she's holding in her hand right now towards her, like, oh, yes.
It's like they're going to fumble with it for a bit, and then just like chomp.
That was, oh, oof, what do you want?
I'm curious what you're doing.
I was bored and I'm skipping class. She opens her purse again and takes another smoke.
Yep.
Mm.
So,
Which
so what?
means you are. Whoa.
Oh,
Sorry.
you go first.
Uh, which means you are skipping class too.
Yeah, seems that way.
Well, shut up, go back to your corral.
Or I could keep following you around.
But even for.
Well, let's see. You're interesting. Your snakes seem to like me. You normally get up to mischief.
I wouldn't exactly call it mischief, okay? And classes are just boring as hell, and this is not uh, this is not really important. I just have to do this. Just have to go through this and whatever. But I have a life outside of this place. Okay, I've got already stuff lined up. So
Yeah.
um,
What sort of stuff?
hmm?
What sort of stuff do you have planned?
Oh, you don't recognize my surname? She doesn't have to.
Not really. I assume I should.
Uh, that depends. Do you have a health insurance? Do you spend a lot of time in hospitals, churches, places of healing?
No, no. I'm not allowed at the local church anymore because apparently climbing on the roof is unsettling.
Um, Do you want to make this? Do you think like Victoria will have heard about this?
Sure. Uh, make a history check.
Love that. Uh, oh yeah, she has such a wonderful history. Not one.
What even is a church?
She suddenly forgets about her family business. The image of Serena going up, like shape shifting into something and going up a roof, like it's just like it's taking all the resources of her mind. So she blanks out for like 5 seconds and goes like, "Huh, uh, well, my family kinda manages all of that. So yeah,
Hmm.
um, I am expected to take over the family business, and nothing that they teach here is good or useful for family business."
That sounds interesting. I don't know. I don't have anything like that lined up.
Well, too bad. What can I say? I am lucky to have born in the station I have.
Hmm.
Anyways,
So where are we going next?
uh, she rolls her eyes. I don't know about you, but I need to go shake an earth for lunch money. And then I'm gonna have fries.
Do you want help with that?
I want to roll a perception.
Sure.
She kind of looks at her like a little bit like, Um, can I roll? Sorry, not a perception. Can I roll an insight?
Sure.
What is your insight, baby? Okay. 14. How much does Serena understand that she's about to kind of like go intimidate somebody for money? And then how much, how if Serena knows this, how okay is she with this display of violence?
Well, they appear to understand what you mean by go get money from people. And they're considering some of the things you have heard or roll me a history real quick. Just like what have you learnt about what do you know of Serena in regards to the school? 10.
10. We don't go around the same circles.
From your circles you've heard mentions like, oh, stay away from them, they bite. And considering how sharp their teeth look, you don't think that's a rumor.
Oh my god, she's stuck with the behavioral trouble kid or something like that.
Hmm.
She doesn't totally mind. She just, after thinking a little bit about it, she just kind of like shrugs and says like, well, you, I had, uh, how do you say that word? 1 second. I had begged you for a more goody two shoes kind of like student.
Really? Did you not hear why I joined the mystery club?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't paying attention to any of yours.
I'm doing it for the mischief. And for the hope that I may run into someone who needs biting.
I think we have a fair share of those. Certainly, we have already met one of them. All right.
So,
If we get caught, I'm gonna run.
okay.
So every man for every monster for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And she does jump. She does go to the door and open it,
Yep, Serena
ready
will
to go out.
follow.
Excellent. They are on the hallway. She kind of thinks like, I think we said of meeting in the laboratory. Do you know where the labs are?
I know I'm not meant to go in there unsupervised.
Great. I am not supervising you. We are being bad today, right? Um, there should not be class in there right now, so it should be fine. I think we have to go. And she's kind of like thinking. Roll. Are you roll a perception? Are you looking for like whomever patrols the hallways after class?
Sure. So, perception. 19.
Oh yeah, you hear steps.
Serena's just going to glance over to look.
They are right, not on the hallway right now, but you feel they are right. They are right. Whomever this is right about around the corner.
Oh, someone is about to arrive.
Um, you see, like Victoria kind of raises a brown, and her snakes turn to look at you, and she says, "All right, time to skedaddle. Bye," and she starts walking.
Serena's just going to silently walk after.
You might feel that while she's not kicking you out, it seems she's also not making it easier to keep up her speed. She's trying to walk as fast as she can, and when she takes a turn, she does it like at an angle that kind of like you have to be on her ass to keep up with her, basically.
Mm. I was gonna say, roll, roll me a quick perception check for Vicky.
She's sprouting more legs.
Not yet.
Are they sprout? Are they? Sorry, I keep calling her she because I have a friend that has like a really similar name. So sorry about that.
That's all good. I was gonna say, like, Serena just uses any.
Bless her. Bless them. Ah, 5.
Yep.
That's karma.
Yep. Yeah, Serena's still following her.
Huh. Okay. It's true. Man, I want to turn around, but she wouldn't do that. She will just kind of like power walk. We get okay. At the end of the hallway, they are like in the. Let's say they have arrived to the laboratories, and uh, she stops at the door, and this time she looks back.
Cool. Vicky comes face to face with Vicky.
Ah! uh, th- mm, that's supposed to be me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whew, okay, thought it was.
And
She kind of like pinches the bridge of her nose.
like after a few moments, just slowly shifts back to their main form. You think that's their? That's mostly what you've seen them as.
Hmm, I save that for in a bit. Uh, well, can't say you didn't look. Can't say you didn't look good on that one. Okay. Listen. Whatever you hear here, right here, you cannot tell to anybody. Okay. I want your lips to remain sealed. Got it?
Mm-hmm. And like
Great.
they will just do a gesture, and like as they move their hand, their mouth will just briefly seal and then unseal.
Oh, fantastic. That's such a visual. I love that. Vicky just raising an eyebrow. Great. If you can do that, we can be besties. A bit sarcastically.
Alrighty.
And she opens the door, and there is indeed like another student in the laboratory who looks a little very bit dejected at seeing Vicky come in. I'm gonna say that I didn't think how they would look. Oh, I know. What if it's a kind of like a slime monster? Like it's just kind of like a blob of slime with nerd glasses.
Yeah.
Great. That's what Serene says. Maybe they recognize him from like some classes. It's probably like one of the students that it's probably one of those students that it really excels at science stuff and precisely like chemistry and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah. I will say as you walk in, just next to the door, there's just a band picture, and it's just of Serena.
Vicky sees this and kind of gets an idea, and he kind of goes like, I'm thinking of the name Oliver. We didn't use the name Oliver for anybody, right?
No, I don't believe so.
Great. Sometimes ideas get stuck in my brain and I don't know where they came from. So I have to, they come from. So I have to double check. And she's kind of like, well, Oliver, great to see you here. I have brought a friend. I just, so there is no trouble with her business. Um, you owe me money. The poor blob starts like moving like jello a little bit. It's kind of like trying to express like, oh, I know I'm a bit late. I know I'm a bit late. I'm sorry about that. I just been very busy with homework and stuff, you know. And Vicky is just trying to intimidate. I'm gonna roll to see if I can intimidate the
I was
blob.
like, roll with
That I,
advantage. 'Cause I was gonna
oh,
say,
with advantage.
yeah, Serena's gonna help in their unsettling way.
She is standing. They are standing next to like the band thing, like their her band poster, which definitely helps her be to be very intimidating. And oh god, sorry, today I have like the worst English day I have had in the whole week. I'm so sorry. My brain is literally falling off my ear as we speak. Um, all right. So basically, like, oh, 22 for the first one.
Yep.
We are gonna ignore the second one. So we got a 22 in intimidation. This goes swimmingly. Um, Oliver, listen, if you don't want out that that you cheated, I want my money now. You don't go and ask for a service if you cannot pay. And this is starting. I've been really good. I have given you time, and this is starting to piss me off a little bit. So, this is purely extortion right now.
I'll say Serena's also just a keeping watch. It's like um just to make sure no teachers or any of the any students who are important see them doing this.
My God, we are the baddies.
Yeah.
Are we the baddies? One day we are gonna be investigating
Yep.
the mystery of somebody extorting the whole school. Who could have been? Um, I think like something happens here. The intimidation works too well. Oliver actually starts deflating, and you can hear like kind of like a scoff from Victoria, and she goes like, "Oliver, please, it's not that." Oh, you mo- mother! And Oliver has started to kind of like the goop has started to melt, and he's now going down a drain. He is so scared of Victoria that his fight, flee response has been like a big flee, and he's starting to goop away on the through the main drain, through a nearby drain, because this is a laboratory, so they have those on the floor.
Serena's just gonna go over and try and grab his glasses because I assume they're not also goop.
No, you are absolutely correct. Um, his glasses are kind of like floating in what is him, but they are being left behind.
Yeah. So Serena's just gonna give him a few flicks and then put him on. It's like, well, he'll have to come find these.
Victoria is frustratingly kind of like, it looks like she's gonna reach, thinks better about it, just kind of like looks in disgust and is looking at her shoes, making sure there is nothing left of like uh, Oliver in her shoes. And at this point, I will say the man has totally left through through the drain. Well, yes, but nothing has been going well lately. I will guess. You know what? I will pay for the fries. Let's go to the cafeteria.
Alrighty.
Ugh, I hate this so much. I mean, do you know where these trains go to?
I could try and find out.
How?
Well, I can just turn myself into a snake.
She's kind of gonna laugh at that and is like, you first turn into me, and now do you want to turn into a snake?
Yeah, it's rather
Are you
easy.
trying to? Hmm. Well, that's really endearing, but you know what? I'm sure that place is filthy, and given his viscosity, is gonna take a bit that he ends up wherever he has to end, which is probably not gonna be a nice. You know what? You don't have to go through. Yeah, no. We are gonna have our fries, and then we can look for him, and I will get my money. Then it's fine. It's salvageable, and you see, like she raises her hands to her temple and kind of like with a groan, she's kind of like rubbing her temples, like as if she has a headache. And she's gonna go to the door and open. But as she goes to open, do doors usually like have a glass panel you can see through, right?
Yeah, normally.
She kind of freezes a little bit and she goes like, "Shit, there is somebody outside."
We could go through the window.
Do you roll perception? She does look at you, like when you mentioned the window, and she does look at the window.
And Serena's just gonna go to the window and just go to check um, if they're on a first or second story.
I will say second. I don't know why, but I will say second. And if there is any changes in future games, it just so happened that there has been a move. They have moved the laboratories or something like that, or they are different laboratories. We have covered all our bases now.
Yep. And Serena's just gonna go to the door, or go to the window,
Hmm.
and there's basically gonna you watch it as they just their torso just stretches, So they're on the long.
Victoria is kind of like listening a little bit through the door. She tries to look, and then she comes back and she observes Serena doing all of that, and she's kind of speechless for a second. Like she's kind of it's an interesting process, certainly. So it takes her like at least a bit before she kind of like stutters out. Yeah, I think this was a trap. Those are teachers.
Hmm. So, do you want help getting down, or should I let you?
Oh, absolutely. No, no, no. Absolutely. I am out through the window. Oliver just. Oliver thought he was being clever, I guess. Absolutely. We are getting out of that window. I am not being caught again. I don't want Isa telling me anything else.
So I imagine um that Serena basically uses their torso as like a fireman's pole for Vicky.
So she has to hug them?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Do you see Vicky like there is actually like a knock on the door? And Vicky is nervous, but she's kind of like hesitantly put her hands are kind of like around but not touching, and it's like, how do I do this?
Hold on tight and don't scream. And like
I
a spring that's been stretched, just vroom straight down.
She doesn't scream, but you hear a yelp.
And I'm just gonna roll a con save real quick to, because that would not be pleasant.
I, should I roll something?
I think you will be fine. As the moment you guys get down, Serena immediately not only falls over, but begins coughing.
I think like Victoria will step over her, but not kind of like, oh, I'm stepping over to you and leaving you. Wait, how does she fall over if Victoria is hugging her?
I meant like she falls onto her knees. Like
Oh,
all.
so Victoria is actually. Oh, do I roll a strength? Because if she falls, I don't think Victoria is gonna let go anytime soon. Like that was kind of scary.
Oh yeah, you can roll strength. Yeah.
She has so much of this. So that will be athletics.
Yeah.
It's a nat one. She falls with you.
Yeah. So like after I'd say about maybe 20 or so seconds, Serena, stops coughing and gagging. It's like, oh, that is so horrible.
It's a big idea. I thought you could like do this with no consequences.
It's okay. Imagine that ball. Imagine a ball of that colorful dough that that tastes kind of mediocre, but you can find them at any store.
I don't need to.
Yeah, take a ball of that and just stretch it really far. That's basically what I do.
Victoria is kind of like looking at you with like a mixed look of concern.
Yeah, so basically what I did was just, all the organs and such, just kind of stretched them out.
She blinks. Uh, I have actually never played with Doll.
Mm. We should grab some.
Uh,
The blue one's my favourite. It tastes the best. And yes, I'd like to say, they are referring to the monster equivalent of Play-Doh.
I had an idea, but I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Um, uh, you know what? Yeah, sure. I guess that just for that I owed you a favor.
Well, shall we go get those fries you wanted?
Right, yes. Oh, God, I'm starving. Yeah, let's go. It's still the morning, but she's hungry, so I would say that I would say that they are close enough to the cafeteria,
Yep.
so it doesn't take them that long to actually just go there and get these fries. When they enter, there is already like another. There is people around because I will think that like there are different breaks
Hmm.
for different grades. So they could be with like the older grades at the moment. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense
Great.
to me.
So yeah, it's easy enough to go there and nobody questions them when they just stand in line, grab some fries, go to a table and sit. It's busy but not too busy, so they have time to talk. Um, Victoria will ask Serena if they want something.
Like in general, or.
Yeah, like she just kind of turns while she's picking her fries. She just kind of turns around and says, "Do you want anything?"
Not that I can think of at the moment, no.
Well, I'm getting you an extra one of fries because I don't want you stealing from mine, okay? And I know how this works.
Okay.
So yeah, and she picks for herself a Monster Cherry Soda, and unless like Serena complains, she's gonna get Serena also like a Monster Cherry Soda, which is something that exists and I have not just come up with.
Yeah, like, Serena will just, they just kind, from what you've seen, they just will, um, they just kind of eat anything.
Like Plato and
Yeah.
other students. I'm just picturing like it's okay, she don't bite. She do mean. All right. When they sit down, having the mirror copy of Victoria's like snacks, um, Victoria kind of like starts munching and asks her like, "So, what's this whole deal of like? I have seen you transforming into other students. Is this like? how you really look, or is just something you picked?
Um, not re- that. Yeah, they pause for a bit. They try to think on that. It's like, how long have I looked like this? Hmm.
Oh, yay, a crisis. She's afraid.
I've been similar to this for quite a while. The colors are newish, but um this general shape is what I've been like for quite a while, quite a few years now.
Hmm. So this is not how you originally looked like.
Um, I mean, the same could be said about anyone. No one looks the same always. 'Cause, like, I'm sure you didn't look like this when you were a child.
I've always looked perfect. She's another fry.
Were you always this tall?
Yes, right off the egg.
Must have been a very big egg.
You should have seen it.
Mm.
My parents told me I came out with heels and everything. Hmm. I guess I'm thinking like if you can make such drastic changes to your appearance, like eh, I guess that's nice. I would also like to pick and I also would love to pick and choose how I look.
There's always um. Well, you do have to be careful, lest you forget what you originally look.
Hmm. Does does that matter to you to keep that kind of consistency?
I mean, if you want to change back, you have to.
That's
Cause,
kind of like sorry, go ahead.
so do you perfectly remember how you looked as a child?
Yes. And she eats another fry.
Hmm. Well, most people don't have that ability.
You can incite her, by the way.
Sure.
For whomever is like listening, like incite first.
13.
Yeah, she's lying out of her arse. And also, like, she's not trying to pass it off as a lie. They can see like the little smirk on her face. when she says this and you let her just like you don't question her on that. She's just kind of like hee.
Yeah. I did for a while. I spent a few years as a tiefling. Another time, I spent a few weeks as a were creature, but having all that fur, that's actually really annoying and having to clean.
Ugh, yeah, I cannot imagine how that works. I am really happy with my scales. Just have to exfoliate a little bit. I wouldn't imagine having like a head full of hair. At least the whole body. Imagine.
Mm, yeah. Currently, main reason why um I have scales currently, or something similar to scales, just very easy to clean.
Have you had your first mold yet?
I don't need to deal with that.
Ah. See, now is when you start giving me envy. Why do you change forms so much? Like, I have seen you copying other students. Is that kind of like a hobby? An intimidation tactic?
Um, just a habit, really.
A habit?
Yeah. First, it was a way to practice doing it, and then it turned into like a first like a way to emotionally connect better. It's like, oh, maybe if I look like them, I'll understand their point. Um, I'll understand where they're coming from more.
Are you trying to understand me?
Vaguely.
Hmm. Well, I will let you know that there is no point in that. Um, there is a lot of family matters you're not going to be private to, so just how I look is not enough uh,
Yeah. You have a
to kind of
very
like. Hmm?
it's like yeah, a lot of people you have to pick up on their little mannerisms. Like I was gonna say, like, out of character, what is a mannerism that Vicky has?
Oh, I'm picturing manicure hands, a slow, kind of like dainty but pointy gestures. She really likes to occupy a space. So, like, the way she sits might not be feminine. Like, she is very comfortable on herself, but also, like, the way she carries herself is kind of like, I am top dog here.
Hmm.
It's almost like aggressive in her self confidence. She also like roll me. That's what people usually sees.
Yeah.
Um, roll me like an insight or a perception if you want to see more.
Let's do another insight. Also, something I learned recently. Apparently, passive insight is a thing.
That's actually wow. Yes, 30-20. Let's go. Okay. Let me drink a bit of water because I'm about to ramble. Mm. Well, actually, your technique of like your observation and your imitation technique type of thing might actually be being a little bit underestimated by Vicky because you actually have been able to learn a few things about her with how she looks and how she carries. She does have like this kind of like um, different, a little bit more edgy, alternative fashion sense. And the way she sits, she carries herself is like almost aggressively self-confident. But at the same time, you do feel that behind all of this, there is like there has been a discipline, a training. Um, she carries herself as she is carrying more than just herself. Like the way she behaves reminds you a lot of the way people, rich students with important families, uh, carry them. It's kind of like somebody with a legacy. That's
Ah,
what I was looking. The word was I looking for. This woman is carrying a whole legacy on their shoulders, and there is a lot of expectatives on her. And she, in some kind of roundabout way, might be trying to fill those. Like, she's doing her part. This self esteem, it's real, but it's also trained. Oh, also, like, she does sometimes pick at her scales on her left cheek when she's thinking, and you can see a little the tiniest of discoloration there of like
it's like yeah, Serena will just point out like, oh, in fact you pick at your cheek, you do, this hand gesture. You're constantly acting and walking around as if not just your if not if blah blah blah. You constantly walk and act around as if your actions will have consequences not just for you but your entire family. And then they'll list off like another very minor one.
uh oh yeah, like another minor one will kind of be like she might color of oh yeah, like also when she doesn't really like somebody, she will kind of like she constantly has kind of like her lip raised in disgust. And when she really doesn't like somebody, she won't talk to them. She will talk to her nails. Like she will kind of like check her nails while she's talking and won't look at them.
It's like, yeah, and also, you sneer at people, and if you don't like someone, you never look them in the face. You always talk to your hand or your nails, really.
Vicky just blinked. Bring it to her mouth, and it stops midair, and she's just looking at you
This
like
random.
actually is look. And one of the snakes comes by and eats the fry, so she doesn't even have time to put it in her mouth.
Yes, but that's just what I've noticed from um, seeing you go around doing stuff.
Wow. All right. Uh, I didn't realize I was broadcasting my most inner thoughts to the whole college campus.
Well, I am a shapeshifter. I do have to note these things down, or I wouldn't be very good at it.
Might have been a mistake getting like into the mystery club. Of course, you guys are nosy. Well, can't would it be pointless to lie now? I can't say it's the most easiest thing to be a guerra aventura, but anyways. Well, if I don't do it, who will? I can take my legacy type of thing. Just blabbing right now. You have to actually surprise me. Tell me, can you do this with everybody else?
Um, like noticing those details.
Yes, noticing embarrassing stuff people do, yes.
Yeah, like some people are easier. It's like against any of the invisible students, it's a lot harder. But against, you know, but you know, against most monsters, that's rather simple. Like, actually, the fire twins, they're a bit difficult just because you can't really see much of their face.
Hmm. Well, since you know so much about me, I think it's only fair for you to tell me, just something about you, just even the playing field.
Um, hmm. Let's see. Yeah, roll me. Well, let's see. Oh, no, Vicky's actually asking, so it's like Serena pauses, like, let's see. Well, obviously, I tend to chew things whenever I'm bored or stressed, and they'll just lift up their tail, and you'll notice towards the end there are several bite marks.
Oh, well, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Let's see.
Wait, wait. And she's gonna kind of like rummage and don't ask why I have this, okay? She's gonna kind of like rummage around and she's gonna take out like it's kind of like a pharmacy. It's a bag. It has like a pharmacy brand, and she hands it to them.
No, thank you.
Do you open the bag?
Yeah, they're gonna open it.
It's actually like one of those chewing steam toys. It does look like a bracelet that is kind of like a snake biting on its own tail.
Hmm. So they're just gonna take it
Uh,
and just kind of squeeze it a bit.
and yeah, you bite on those. Again, don't ask me why I have it. But it's better than chewing on your own tail, I imagine.
Thank you.
It's
Uh, yeah.
it's just a bribe, so you don't go around telling everybody how I feel and things like that. Okay, if you break it, or like if you want something like a little bit stronger or softer, just let me know. I can get them for free. Okay.
Okay. Another one is main reason I only wear the jacket. Yep.
Oh, right.
Very hard to transform when you're wearing full clothing because it's like to up the point that it's going to zip up the jacket, and you notice as they try to make their arms bigger, it
Hmm.
like it bulges the sleeves of the jacket to a certain point before it stops. It's like um it's like yeah, if like wearing normal clothes, it gets in the way a lot.
Yeah, I can picture that. So I can't buy hats.
Mm.
So, this was the worst attempt at empathy you have ever seen. But it was an attempt.
Yeah.
You mentioned before that you didn't have any plan for after this whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, when I take over my family's branch of the company, um, I will definitely need somebody who is more attentive than me to other people's feelings and intentions. Emotional bodyguard against backstabbing type of thing. So yeah, maybe if we're still talking, hit me up and I might, you know, make a position for you.
All right. That sounds interesting.
That if you don't cross me in the whatever how how many years we have left in here, whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah. And I think that unless she wants to, Serena wants to ask something else to Victoria, maybe the bell rings, and maybe now would be like a really good time for Victoria and Serena, if Serena wants to talk aloud, to try to catch Oliver and get the prize money. And maybe we could leave it here.
Yeah. Yeah. So this has been fun.
I love Serena so much.
Mm.
She's they are such a girling. I keep picturing also like I keep picturing my friend every time, and it's kind of like um it's kind of funny. But gods, they are such a gremlin. I absolutely love the energy they bring.
Yeah. Vicky's a very interesting character.
Um, Vicky got her secrets. I'm just gonna say she is a bully, but I think like she's learning a bit about friendship because I think she does like Serena a little bit. All right. So thank you very much for playing. And thank you for everybody who might listen to this recording. See you next time. Bye bye.
Yep. See ya.